Okay, man, I look weird.
I swore that I would never put any animals in the new truck.
Oh yeah, get
I
the...
think you can appreciate. There's no more space, dude. I swore I wouldn't do it. I swore I wasn't gonna do it. All right.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon. 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 When it rains, it pours. Water's up to my chin. Won't stop fighting to the very end. Many men try to reach it. Many men have failed. Whatever you wanna get to.
I guess that's how we're gonna start this. Madison, ladies and gentlemen, the camera lady. Wonderful. Oh, look at that. She can even do it by herself.
Yes, I can.
Dude, we're tired. We haven't slept for a month, dudes. And it's getting worse as the days go by. I feel like every time we wake up, we have more and more shit. Dude, look, it's not Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. Hey. 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 Woogie. Woogie. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? All right, I'm interrupting, ladies and gentlemen. Good reason for it. I didn't know how I was going to put all this footage together. Oh, yes, I love you too. I didn't know I was going to put all this footage together because there was so much of it, and we've been just stockpiling and filming everything that we've been doing between moving the park and a lot of questions about that. We'll get into that in due time. All the animals are safe. That's all that matters, ladies and gentlemen. But there's so much footage on this phone, and now going through it, like, I was confused as to how I was going to put it together, because just to make it make sense. So the easiest way for me to do it is to chop in right here, and I think I figured it out. So what I'm going to do is show you the montage of a couple of weeks worth of work to get this from what it was, what you just saw, to what it is now, which basically makes it a collection that's possible to take care of. The other way, it's still possible, but it was 20 hours a day before I was able to get this equipment in, and the equipment took probably a month to get. So I was doing things, straight out of delis and with whatever equipment I could find at the time. So it's not like you could just run out and grab this stuff willy-nilly. I had to wait for the right time to do it. So, Monkey Man, you're gonna really interrupt this? So basically, everything is pretty much where I want it to be. There's still a few adjustments that we have to make. But for the most part, every animal is separated. I can pay attention to what's going on. I could feed what I need to feed. I can see who's eating, who's not eating. We could see that anyway before, but then everything's stacked on top of each other. You can't really see what's going on. It's very difficult to get into things. It's easy to forget things that way. So you really want a nice, clean setup regardless of what you're doing, whether it's a lot of animals, a small amount of animals. You never want to overlook anything, because overlooking anything could cost you an animal, period, end story. So I've got it to a point now where it's down to a science. I'm able to do these things. Again, I still have a couple things that I need to get, but for the most part right now I'm comfortable, and my time as far as to spend taking care of these things has dropped a little bit, not much, but a little bit. So I'm going to be showing you a montage here of the last couple of weeks. It's going to be a very quick clip. We did time lapse whenever I could, or whenever I remembered to, I would set the camera up and do a time lapse. This wasn't even a quarter of what was going on here at the house as far as what you're about to see. And even then I squeezed it so that we didn't have to watch 5 minutes of time lapse footage. So it's just gonna be about a minute, and then pay attention at the end of that, because something I caught that was really cool at the very last part of the montage. You'll know because I'm in my garage, it's dark outside, I got some people helping me, tons of people help me out with this. And at the very end of it, you're gonna see a bunch of snakes get stacked in your face. And if you pay attention to the one that's closest to the camera, you'll be able to see a ball python eat in super fast motion. And it was actually really cool. I watched it like 20 times. I just wanted to point that out. Look for that at the end of this montage. Oh my God, I had to clear out some storage on my phone. So, all right, so this is the finished product. Well, it's not the finished product, but close to it. So, generally for me, I like to keep my animals in a display that's usually bioactive and or something that I can look at and enjoy. But for something like this, I can't look at it and enjoy it the way that I would like to. I know it's in there, but then I would have to open the bin, blah, 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 blah. But for this many animals, especially for balling on a budget like I am, we got to do it like this. Is the safest possible way for me to do and care for this many animals. That sounded wrong. Don't take it like that. All right, I'll give you a little bit of eye candy while I talk. So we're going to be going through, and these guys just ate, so I'm going to be super gentle with this thing, but check this little booger out, dude. Super. I don't even think the video is going to do any justice for the color on this snake. So this is an Okatee, but it is an extreme Okatee, apparently, or something like that. But we're gonna show you guys a bunch of cool different snakes, a bunch of, well, not a bunch of different species, but a bunch of different morphs when we go through and do an entire tour of the reptile room. I'm getting there. As soon as I get everybody where they need to be, we're gonna do that. But for the time being, the next few videos are gonna be showing you guys how to deworm an entire collection and then take some tests. We're gonna be doing some tests, especially on the pythons out there. That's why the pythons are in a separate room, because they may carry some viruses and that could kill everything in the collection. So we're gonna be doing some testing in the garage. We're gonna be doing some worming in here, but also the feeding, the maintenance, everything that goes into it is a lot. So with this setup, as simple as it is, it's everything I need. I heat the room. I have my handy dandy little, this is what you need, ladies and gentlemen. This is a lifesaver, not for us, but for reptiles. You can't gauge what your temperatures are just by the feeling of it. It feels pretty comfortable in here right now. I'm gonna say that's probably a little low, actually. Nope, we're exactly where we wanna be. Exactly like I said, we can't gauge it by ourselves. I'm at 80 degrees. I'll probably pump it up just a bit because we just fed. But a lot of work goes into this, dudes. So when we go through the tour, I'll show you all these animals. But like I said, the next few videos, we're gonna bounce back and forth from the park to this stuff. But we have force fed some animals. We have assist fed some other animals. We'll explain the difference between that. I'll go in and explain what all of this stuff means. This is why it's much easier with the rack system with this many animals. All this tape means something. Some of the tape has writings on it. You can see some ends, some check marks, some tape with check marks, some ends on some other stuff. You can see tape on the racks. You can see some check marks on the racks. And then for this one, you got to do it a little bit differently, but there are same thing, check marks on the racks, some ends, this, that, and the other. I'm going to explain what all of that means in future episodes to explain how to do this, how to maintain, and how to not lose your mind while you're maintaining this collection. So in the beginning of this, I thought we were going to lose a lot of animals just because of the conditions that they were in. Now, I would say that probably 5% are in danger. The rest are doing phenomenal. I wish I had more before and afters, but I do have some good before and afters as far as the way these animals looked to the way they look now. So let's get into the garage real quick. I'll show you that stuff so we can wrap up this episode because we're going to be throwing another one up right after this, probably within the next 2 days, 3 days. So stay tuned, guys. Hold on one second. Let's check out this garage. What you doing, dirty dogs? What you doing, dirty dogs? What you doing besides slamming up couches? That's the dog's couch, by the way. Nobody sits on that but you, huh, bud? That's your couch. That's your couch. Okay, let me show them. Let me show them. You guys stay here. Good doggos. Good dogs. All right, so we got a little tank over here for the bearded dragons. Very simple setup. Gotta clean it again. So we clean this one here probably 3 times a day. It just makes sure that any of the animals, because they do shit a lot. So what happens is we mist this cage down twice a day. I feed. There's a little bit too much food in there. Looks like my kids probably came in here to try and feed. And then we're doing crickets twice a day so that nobody eats each other's tails. But all these guys look like garbage. I thought most of them were gonna die, but everybody's doing good. And then you can see I keep that heat light up at the top with the vertical. They're all really close to the heat light. Reason is it's about 110 up there, and that's where they're gonna wanna sit, and they can figure it out and go down or up. We're out, so they can get out of the heat, into the heat. Generally speaking, they're gonna stay up there for most of the time, but that needs to be cleaned. Anyway, yeah, that's how I like my setups. Or like this, which we'll never be able to see where she's at in there, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day, a whole nother episode. But going into the garage here, mind the mess, still cleaning everything. Again, this has been a nightmarish couple of weeks, but we went from not even being able to walk in this damn garage to a very consolidated, excuse the ladder, I'm trying to fix the light bulbs up top. Zippy's inside right now because it's raining outside. Zip, what are you doing? You gonna talk to me? No, it's dark. No, you don't want to talk to me. All right, so we got the racks out here. Ball pythons. Again, we got the tape going. We got all this nonsense going. Let's see if we can find something really cool for you guys to look at real quick. The soul sucker. Every guy in the world knows what a soul sucker is. All right. So, I'm not sure what plays a part in those genetics, but it's a cool looking snake. It's a really cool looking snake. And that's the quintessential ball python defensive posture. Why they call them a ball python is that's what they do. Now you want to do it? Now you want to do it? That's what they do. They ball up. So we're going to show you guys all these. We're going to get into the species. We're going to get into everything. I don't know if I've said this or no, because this will be the first episode that goes out. These are pine shavings. These are going to be changed out as soon as I get done editing this video. That was a we didn't have any aspen type of deal, and we just fed everybody, so I didn't want to feed them on the paper towels. It gets a little bit messy as far as the rats go, but you don't want to use pine shavings for your snakes. There are some oils in there and some stuff that could give your snake some issues. So right after I get done editing this video, we're gonna be switching that back to aspen, and then all the water bowls, which are sitting right there, go back into the enclosure there. We got a little homie here, doesn't look like he's out. We got, this is one of Fred's masterpieces right here, one of the hybrids over there. And then we got a bunch of geckos. I'll show you one of these. It is a pretty girl. Very simple setup here, and that's just a cardboard hide. So, what are you doing here, mama? What are you doing, big mama? So there's an African fat tail gecko. It's some kind of morph, not sure what kind of morph. Very cute little puppy dog looking things, but we're gonna show you guys all of these in the future. Right now we're just focused on getting it to where it needs to be. So the main thing is cleanliness. And we go through the collection probably twice a day to spot clean, and then twice a week we're doing a full clean, a full dump, chlorhexidine, bins, the whole 9 yards, cleaning water bowls, and all that good stuff. That's the most important part when it comes to your collection, ladies and gentlemen. You want to make sure that everything you got is spotless. It keeps problems to a minimum. All right, Zippy, want to do it one more time? Did you just fart at me instead? You guys remember Zippy from the park. We're gonna be building him a nice cage outside. But this is good for right now. What you doing in there, boy? What you doing in there, boy? Huh? Yeah, you're gonna talk when I walk away though. That's what you do, you talk behind my back. Like other people. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button. Not sure what it does. People keep telling me to say that. Don't know why. Put the thumbs up on there. We're going to check you on the next video. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. I have a ton of videos logged on this phone. I'm trying to get through everything as quickly as possible. I'm computer illiterate. It makes it difficult, but I'm doing as much editing as I possibly can. Again, there's like 15 videos ready to go. We got more content than we know what to do with. We're going to be pumping it out. Stay tuned, guys. Join us join me, BiteForce_. That's at Instagram. If you guys want to check out the Instagram, it's a little bit more personable over there. You can see my personal life and all that good stuff. And drop me a message if you want to. Comment on YouTube. I look through each and every single comment that you guys put. I'm going to say that in every video. I love the comments. I love the support. You guys are absolutely amazing. I will go through everyone. I read every single one. I reply to as many as possible. You guys mean a lot to me. Thank you very much for the support. And we're going to catch you on the next one. Boom. Frank, hey, Frank, come back, Frank. Come on, man. I didn't mean it, dude. I didn't mean it. Frank, come on, don't be like that, dude. All right, Frank.
I was raised in the swamp.
Yeah, clearly with that mullet and everything else you got going on there.